might be tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? Long time no see. Salud. There's mud in your eye. I forgot to pick this up. I hope everybody heard those first two sentences. Long time no see. Man, I am not used to doing this anymore. So today, I want to start off by apologizing for taking so long to get back into the swing of the Squirrelcast. It is absolute bedlam in my life, as it always is, because I have trouble saying no to people. So I've agreed to do a bajillion things, and then I'm trying to do another bajillion things on the side that are personal projects, which always seem to overlap with this one, and it has led to some scheduling conflicts and insanity, which basically has me waking up every morning going, why do I agree to do this to myself? If you're an adult, you might relate. I have a series, after such a long time, the 3 people that listen to this insane video diatribe have asked me to cover a couple of topics and get my hot takes, because I'm an unfiltered lunatic with very little education and less intelligent dribble to pour on some of these fires, so I'm just going to keep talking. That was a lot of words that shouldn't have gone together. It is the morning. First topic I've been asked again and again. I think that I do like every other episode on this, and it bugs me to talk about it still, but I'll do it because I'm a prostitute for popularity. Dating, like it's a continual topic with one of our biggest fans, and he wants my hot take on dating. Now, there's a couple reasons I think that this particular fan wants my hot take. One is possibly to see me break down in tears of frustration, which may occur. Two, because he has an incredible relationship of his own, and he has been out of the dating world for a long time. But I think, much like a car wreck, he wants to see what's going on and get the hot takes on what's going on in the world. And 3, that particular fan is a dastardly, handsome, talented, charismatic person. And he needs to know what it's like in the Goblin Cave, because he's never had to live there. So instead of covering what dating is like, I'm going to cover goals, and I may have talked about this already, boundaries. Okay, so first things first, the Tindies. The Tinder, the old swipe and cry. I'm off Tinder now. I'm very proud of this accomplishment. Hilariously, I think I was one of maybe 7 people in existence to ever email Tinder support. And hilariously, you would think that it was because, dear Tinder, I think it's broken because no one matches me. I knew very well that Tinder was actually working quite well. I was okay. It was more that when I wanted to delete my account, I could not for some reason. And that was annoying. First of all, no app in the world seems to have like an obvious delete function. Feels like that should be like a hard and fast rule. I had to email because I kept getting error messages every time I wanted to delete. It was almost like Tinder was telling me, no, you need to stick around. You're not broken enough yet. We need to know that your soul is shattered. Although Tinder's not really going to do that. Other more serious things in my life in my 40s have. So yeah, no, it was kind of a crap show at the end. I'm sure many male single people can relate that, no matches. If there is a match, it is of very low quality. There are good quality people, I think, on Tinder. I think there are good quality people in the world. But why is it that it seems that whenever you try to strike up a conversation with somebody, it's immediately down to one-word answers? Where have people learned to converse? Is this how they deal with real life? They go to work and go, fine, okay, yeah, it was good. It's just crazy. I feel like 10 years ago, online dating was a little different because what you were dealing with was really kind of people that would write at least more than 2 sentences, but they would be batshit crazy. Now, it's just people that I don't know what they're looking for. It's like, do they want me to ask them out on a date the second we match? Like, should I not at least say hello first? How are you? I know a lot of people don't like small talk, but I mean, have we gone so far away from foreplay that even verbal foreplay in the form of an introduction is taboo now? Feels weird. So I got off the Tinder. I figured people keep telling me, and I'd used it before, never had much luck. I'll go to Bumble. Apparently, at least a few years ago, higher quality people with more serious intentions are on Bumble. Fine. So I went on the Bumble. It's so far nada. What's interesting about Bumble, of course, some of you may know, some of you may not know, that is the ladies' choice. So when there's a match, it is put upon the women to actually send the introductory message. So they can choose to either say, yes, I would like to actually talk to this person, or they let the match expire. If they don't message within 24 hours, it goes away. You unmatch automatically. So I've actually had a couple of people, and this is the best part. Hey, hi, wave emoji. Generally sent at 11 o'clock at night on a Tuesday. I will message back at an appropriate time in the morning. I'm very conscious that I get up at an insane hour, so I don't want to scare people away by messaging back when I wake up at 4 a.m. So I wait till like 8, message back, and then within 3 messages down to 2-word answers. I'm pushing, I'm asking questions, trying to tease out some sort of a thread of a conversation. What really baffles me is that they started it and they just don't seem to want to talk to me. I guess maybe, I don't know, am I digitally putting out the wrong vibe? I don't know how are you gives a bad impression. Again, living like a goblin can be sometimes very difficult. So the boundaries are, if within, I would say I give it like 48 hours. I will send at least 3 or 4 leading questions asking about themselves, not trying to stay away too deep from too deep personal stuff. They got kids, how old are the kids? If they don't got kids, what do you do? Like, because oftentimes as well, the profile is also blank, which really helps. It's just pictures with a couple of basic stats that you set up on the site, like height and religious leaning and political affiliation, I guess. I don't know. What do you want or don't want kids, have or don't have kids? The kind of stuff. And within 48 hours, if it's down to one-word answers, I just peace out. And I say, if you want to talk, I don't actually say this, but in my mind I go, if you want to talk, you know where I am. I'm here. I won't unmatch you, but I'll let this thing go. So that's where we are. So dating goals are, of course, to try and go on like 2 dates this year. That's where my life is. I think I'm going to try with starting to say 2 dates this year, in the whole year. I know people do 2 dates a week. I'm going to try to do 2 dates this year. And that is, for me, a lofty ambition. Again, I know that I am probably I'm not a bad looking person, but I'm not kind of everybody's first choice. A little short, a little bald, a little attached with being a single father. A little suburban, a little nerdy. I think those are charming qualities, but I guess I can't pay for a trip to Mexico like in a week for somebody that I met 7 days prior, which I guess is a big turnoff. So yeah, that's the goal, the boundaries we've set. So it's just kind of wild. I really, and I suppose this is like the Grandpa Simpson thing of, I used to be with it. I used to know what was it. I used to be with it, but now it has changed, and it will happen to you. When he talks about like being with, knowing what's the in thing, I've lost that bead. I've lost track of that. And what's odd and makes me smile a little bit is I really have no interest in finding out what's cool anymore. I like what I like. And my table right over here right now is covered in a plastic building block project called Lego, which in the last few months I have fallen back in love with. I was an absolute Lego maniac as a kid. And I've done a few projects over the years in my adulthood. And I like it. And I know that one of the funny things is that it's going to stay there until it's done, and then it's going to be displayed somewhere. And 7 or 8 years ago, even though I would have been in my mid-30s at that point, I would have probably been a bit embarrassed to have the Lego out. Maybe I would display it only in my basement, because God forbid a lady would come over and see that I have some Legos. Yeah, I have Legos. I don't think that that's something to be embarrassed about. It's not like it's a sex swing in the middle of the living room. I mean, it's okay. It's just some Lego. I mean, it's big Lego. It might make me look a little crazy, but I don't know. I find it very calming to build Lego, except for the moments when you realize that you built it wrong and it is almost impossible to unbuild and it takes you 2 hours. But there's something satisfying about the accomplishment. So for dating, that's it. Here's the thing. I guess I'm repeating myself, but if I'm going to ask you out, if I'm going to ask a woman out, she at least has to seem engaged. And another thing is that a lot of people, I think they just swipe right a million times, and it's kind of the old, we'll carpet bomb this application with attempts to match and then see where it happens. I don't do that. I actually don't swipe right all the time. Maybe that's my mistake. Maybe I'm using the wrong approach. But I actually only swipe right on somebody that I'm actually attracted to. I'm also very conscious that a woman that's 5'10", 5'11", 99% they will not want a man that is shorter than them. So even if they're drop dead gorgeous at 5'11", I don't tend to swipe right. I wouldn't mind a taller woman. I'm just very conscious. I think I would find it really... I'm a little self-conscious about my height, obviously, because I keep bringing it up. Because I've been told I'm too short before by what's incredible is a woman that was even shorter than me. And I'm not exactly like 5'1". I am short, but I'm not that short. I think I would find it really hurtful if a woman, like I keep thinking this is why I'm a crazy person. I keep thinking of this hypothetical scenario where a woman didn't look at how tall I was, but let's say found me at least hilariously handsome in that I kind of look funny, but that funny can have its own weird charm. Swipes right, and let's say she's 5'10", and then we were to start a conversation, and then she would read my profile and go, "Oh, no, we can't do this. You're too small. Sorry." Like I would be hurt. So I just don't put myself in that position. I don't know why I went on that 2-minute rant, but it felt good. So yeah, people wanted to hear my outlook on dating. 2 dates. That's the goal. My friend who asked me about this has also been telling me about things that he's been hearing about from the ground because he works around and in a world full of much younger people, and they've been telling him about these different things that even I didn't know about. Like there are apps, like I'm not surprised. There are apps for swingers. I mean, wasn't the classic just you had a weird neighbor that would have these parties where everybody could put keys in a fishbowl or something? I don't know if I'm down with a swinger app. Maybe desperation just hadn't got me there yet. Are people so bored now that they need to find gangbangs to fill their weekends? Like, does nobody have any healthy hobbies anymore? It's like everybody got on their phones, forgot how to build a Lego, do some woodworking, go to do a Pilates class, or go to like pick up an instrument, learn a language. So to fill this vacuum of time that they find that they have, they kind of sit on their phones, and then at one point after 5 years of just doom scrolling Instagram and Facebook, something hits them and they go, you know what? I really wish my amazing husband or my amazing wife would allow me to have a gangbang. You would figure, and this is me being stupid, I guess I didn't realize how many freaks walk among us. And I say freaks with a very loving tone. Maybe I just never understood that there were that many people that needed that much sexual adventure in their life. Maybe it was something that always happened and I just never heard about it, never realized it. You would figure that on a swingers app in a given area, there would maybe, like, let's say of the how many people in a population of 10,000 are swingers? Like, I wouldn't think the number would be that high. I would think in like 10,000, there would be like 20 people who are, because you have to hit the chance that 1, they're a swinger, 2, their partner are swingers, 3, they've met each other and married, and 4, they're actually actively looking to swing with random people. But apparently, I don't know. And also, another thing I've noticed is a lot of this ethical non-monogamy stuff. Now, I can only speak from my experience of reading women's profiles. I'm not looking for men. I haven't gotten that desperate yet. By the way, that's not a question of being gay is desperate. I'm just saying it would take a lot for me to go down that road. Just like a gay man would be saying it would take a lot for him to go and look for women. That's my point. I read these women's profiles, and I suppose the only thing I can really think when I see ethical, it's just always written kind of the same way. He's a great guy. Love him to bits. Looking for some fun. Now, I'm not sure how many times the great guy is actually aware that she's looking for some fun. I remember a couple days ago, I saw a profile of a young woman who said, again, ethical non-monogamy, amazing man apparently. But as a guy, you can't help but read, like, he provides, like, it kind of implies he provides, he's emotionally supportive, he's kind, but the bedroom just isn't working. That's like how I read into it. And what I found doubly hilariously insulting for this poor fellow is that she then, in one of her pictures, obviously had a picture of them together. And it was like, almost you could read it as, I love my boyfriend, but he has a tiny wee-wee. And then the picture, here's the picture of a man with a tiny wee-wee. If they're saying they're swingers and there's pictures of both of them, that I can understand and appreciate. If I was looking for a couple to be with, I would want to know what they both look like. But in this case, I don't know. You guys tell me, is ethical non-monogamy the new norm? Is swinging the norm? Is dressing up in animal costumes the norm now? Like, has the normal amount of freakiness become too bland? Like, I don't know anymore. Should I even approach women if I'm not wearing like a strap-on my forehead? Calling the unidick or something? Like, I don't know. Like, it feels, I don't get it. Again, I'm in my 40s. Maybe I missed the boat on when we all became sexual deviants. That's it. Hope you enjoyed.